Jess and Jeremiah.
Hello.
Roots and Refuge. We want to see your rooted life.
All right.
I know you're going to give us a tour. This is our first time coming. This is very exciting. You excited, Rebecca?
I am excited.
This is so exciting. So, how about a little quick tour?
Yeah.
And maybe we'll talk about what your day looks like. So where do you start your day?
Well, today's a little weird because we are taking down all our Christmas decorations and getting set up to film our next episode of Wilder Still, the camera crew. We'll be here tomorrow, and we're in kind of a crunch to get our house put back together.
Yeah, you need some help? We can chip in here.
Yeah, that's with the disarray. But first thing in the morning, we usually coffee. I mean, that's kind of the first step for us.
You know what? I've got to point this out because I don't know if we'll come back here, but this looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Recipes from the World of Token, Lord of the Rings. And you got your basic there. If I could only have one book, there it is.
Yep, I've got
Intro
this
to Permaculture.
Definitely a good one, an important one.
All right. So you start your day over here.
Yep, making coffee first thing in the morning. And then our kids do go to school. They go to a little bitty school that's literally right down the road. You guys passed it coming in.
Yeah.
And so on a weekday, we get up, we get them going, and then Maya drives them, and when he's back, I'm outside ready to milk our cow.
Uh-huh. You drink coffee?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Who makes it?
I make my coffee. I actually drink a latte, espresso, and then Jessica drinks pour over.
Okay.
We're kind of bougie coffee drinkers. Like when I was coming out here prepping the property to move, I brought this with me.
In our camper.
So this was in our camper, and I would wake up every morning and make my own coffee.
Okay.
Yeah, excessive, but we are a little extra.
Okay.
Whenever I'm forced to drink something like Starbucks, I'm like, I really would rather not, but I need the caffeine.
What's the plants?
Oh,
so
gosh.
you might be a homesteader if you have a dozen plants
Might be Jessica Sour.
in your kitchen.
So yeah, I've got all of these house plants. I'm redoing my shelves for my kitchen decoration, so I just pulled everything over here and was watering it.
Okay.
So these are
Okay,
just
so you're not the crazy plant lady.
I am, but I mean, it's
Have you
just
seen
that?
Okay, maybe you are the crazy. You're the crazy indoor plant lady.
Okay, so I actually have never kept this many houseplants on a regular basis, but we moved here and I didn't have a garden, and I had to exert my plant-loving energy somewhere.
Okay,
So that's what happened.
How do you keep them all alive, Becky?
I know.
Take some notes.
I literally all the plants.
I don't really. She says.
No, she buys.
Okay, so they die.
So I'll out myself. I don't keep them all alive.
Okay.
But she buys a few extras, and that way when one dies, you just swap it out with another, and most people don't pay attention.
Okay.
We can keep the really tall, long ones alive. That way because you'll notice that was to die. But
Nobody.
Small little guys are just it can swap out in the next 6 months. And
Nobody names the plants. They're easily replaceable.
No, I will tell you my oldest plant. You want to see it?
Yeah.
I do. I want to see it.
Okay, so this one I've had. I think this was one of the first house plants that I bought. And it has been cut back so many times. It used to be really, really long, and I cut it when we moved, and so it's kind of getting some length again. But I think this might have been one of the first houseplants that I ever had. It's an old pothos. It doesn't have a name though.
Nice. Okay.
I like all of these. Just I'm gonna have to find a place to do something like that.
Yeah, it's just cool how you put them all hanging in front of the window.
Actually, I think I would really like this over our bathtub.
I have some in my
we have plants in our bathtub also.
Do you really? It might be easier to water them if you keep them in your bathtub.
Well,
I know. See,
that's what I do. I literally be in the bathtub and I'm
Those do really well.
She's like, I wonder if a bath bomb will hurt the plant. But I came up with the black iron pipe hanging system.
Yeah, I like that actually. It's really nice.
it's really nice.
You got your coffee, you go outside?
Yep.
You take your coffee outside?
Yep.
How many coffees do you drink a day?
One.
I drink
That's
coffee
it.
a day.
Yeah.
You're a coffee snob, but only one.
And she doesn't even drink her full cup.
I mean, a ton of caffeine isn't good for you, so I do try to rein it in. I drink tea the rest of the
We're
day.
not an accountant.
okay.
We don't drink
All right.
12 cups.
All right.
But normally, actually, I drink mine fast. I just so
You
a
take a
lot
shot.
of areas in my life are still very military. I just need the information, or I just need the product. So I don't sip on coffee and enjoy it. I'm really just get it in your system. Get to work.
All right, you ready to go outside, Beck?
Gigantic machine, and you just.
Oh, that's a small one. Wait till when we build our house, it'll be much different.
She's gonna have a coffee shop in his house.
In the
Built in.
cabinet.
Oh yeah, it's built in.
He's like.
That'll be funny.
And is this why you're going for a coffee shop?
Yeah.
So you can have somewhere to go and get coffee at extra.
And also, you know, part with the coffee shop, we're going to start our own roasting company and roast our own coffee.
There you
so
go.
there we can like develop flavors and. I mean,
Well, this is something that can go on this. I know this isn't coming out for a little bit, but we actually just placed the order, or we just got the quote to place the order for our roasting
Yay.
equipment. So that's coming like in this
year.
Yeah.
We'll be selling coffee subscriptions
So this
online
is
this
going to
year.
come out in the end of February,
Yeah,
probably.
that's fine. People can know that.
Yeah, we'll have
they'll
everything
know.
squared.
Okay. Boots of choice.
Okay, so
And do you like your boots?
I do. I wear Ariat boots, leather boots, but
These are Ariats?
Yeah.
when it gets real muddy, which it has been raining a lot here, I usually wear, like those are bogs and they're pretty good.
I used to wear bogs and then they stopped making them in the United States.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Oh, really?
I went back to
What are
muck
these?
boots. Muck boots.
Mucks? You like them?
Mock boots aren't
I
made in
just
America
like lower
either.
boots,
I'm actually looking
so.
for the next pair of boots I buy. I'm going to try and find a brand that's crafted in the United States because they just last longer. See, bogs, that's what they do. Like they started in America and then they like developed a reputation. And then when you're not paying attention, they outsource it to China. So now these boots fall apart. Like mine are already falling apart. And they're not even that old. So
Yeah.
That is one thing we go through. We go through some mud boots.
You have some prizes there.
Yeah, we got eggs all over.
How many days is that?
Probably 2.5.
Nice. Good job, guys. Oh, right outside your door, the Zone 1 garden right here.
Yeah, so this is sort of in, flux right now. We're gonna tear a lot of the stuff out. I just planted a bunch of strawberries in here, but most of this is about to flip over, and I'll replant some different cabbages and cool weather stuff to harvest in the spring. My eventual goal for this garden when we build our bigger one is this will be like herbs and salad greens and like stuff you want right outside the door.
Yeah.
And of course, we put this mobile home in. We bought raw land and we wanted to get out here. We were making a 750-mile move. And we moved right in the middle of like the post-COVID building material crisis thing. And we didn't have a lot of options. We couldn't get a house in town. There was nothing to rent. There was nothing available. And we were able to buy this house, thankfully, and it's been such a massive blessing. But this will eventually be a guest space, just because with what we do and what we want to do, doing like a learning center and stuff, we'll always need a guest space. We have 6 kids.
Our kids
There'll
are getting
always
older,
be good
you know.
space. Yeah, having extra space.
I have a
always
lot
be
of
good.
siblings. Like there's just having a guest space will
That's a
never
good
be
point.
a bad thing.
But
No.
we're gonna build a house eventually.
So this is pretty good given that it's January 4th.
Yeah, we have a good deal. I'm,
Here in-
got a little chard coming and still some peas. Got a few little turnips here.
I reckon it never has to be covered here in South Carolina
Never.
in the winter. Okay.
The
cool.
coldest it gets here, this is zone 8. So the coldest it ever really gets here is like maybe 20-ish
Yeah.
Fahrenheit. What is
Okay.
that, like -6 or so?
Yeah. Cool.
So,
So you go. You've got your coffee. Coffee still in hand.
yep.
You got your boots on.
Yep.
You're gonna head to the.
We're gonna head over here. Well, obviously I would have milking supplies. Jeremiah takes the side-by-side at this point. He usually goes down. We have all our feed in a shipping container. We just got our barn done, so we haven't really moved into our barn yet. So you're kind of seeing this, what we've been doing, which is a little temporary. So we have been keeping our cow in this corral. And right now,
Well, we keep her in the corral at night.
yeah, in the night.
Yeah.
This might be familiar to you.
Chickshaw.
Check that out. Which
And chickens at work.
our
So-
chickshaw ran in with the storm the other day, and
I didn't have the latch
Yeah,
on
and
the front,
the wind will catch it
caught
then.
it, and I've got to I've just got to undo some screws and attach the back piece
Looks
of wood
good,
that
man.
holds the hinges. But
You did a good job. Hey, how'd you rig up the kickstand? I'm still trying to figure a way out. Does that work?
Yeah, it works pretty
The
good.
way you did
so it's got
It swivels.
swivels, and then it's got a hook
That's
on
good.
the left that just holds it up when we're moving.
Ooh, I like that, and it holds it up above the bottom.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good.
So right now, what we do is we've got this big corral, and we lock Hope, our cow, up at night to separate her from the calf. And then we're flipping, like we flip Hope and the chickens every few days. So
Okay.
it kind of cleans up. Flies aren't an issue right now because it's so cool, but
Yeah.
so I'll come out in the morning into this little paddock, and this is where she is in the morning, and we just milk in the field right now.
Okay.
And she's used to being milked out of a stand, so we don't tie her or anything. And I just, we feed her and milk her right here. And then I still have her calf on her. She's like 9 months old. She's been old enough to be weaned, but Hope was my first dairy cow, and I've kept goats, but I've milked y'all's cows. And I knew that it was more of a task than milking even a few goats, and I didn't want to risk Hope getting mastitis with my inexpert milking, so I kept the calf on her just to give me the grace to be able to be less.
And how's that working out?
It's really good. It's doing really well. Now that we're past the holidays, we might look at weaning, but I did get a second cow, and she's due. I know.
One's not good enough for y'all, right?
I just can't stop.
Cow mouth is way worse than chicken mouth.
Yeah.
Now are you going to be the crazy cow lady?
Hey, I'm open. If the title's available, I'm going to take it.
I've never heard that one, but maybe
So we
it
have
is
2
one.
jerseys,
Maybe
both will be in milk, and then the Helen's supposed to be pregnant with a sex semen Jersey heifer. So we'll have 3 full-blood jerseys. I'm like,
yeah, well, there's
You're the
chicken
crazy
math,
cow lady.
and now I've learned there's cow calculus,
You done went,
which is what
Cow
you
calculus.
you done went from the crazy goat lady to the crazy cow lady.
And I still have my goats, and they're all pregnant too. So
Yeah, what are you going to do with those goats, Jeremiah?
Right now, he's like, leave them
I asked him
alone.
first.
if it was up to me, we probably wouldn't still have goats, but that's okay.
So what are you
They're
going to do with the
Jessica's
goats,
pets
Jessica?
at this point?
Well, I obviously don't really need them. I might milk like 2 of them while I'm hauling in like gallons of milk a day.
Yeah, we might spend the
You
time
go
to
out
milk
there.
a couple of goats, and it's like, while we're bringing in 50 gallons of milk a day.
Well, we are going to be partnering with our neighbors. They have 80 acres here behind us, and I think we're going to be running our goat herd kind of as brush goats. At this point, I have downsized all the goats I have minus 1 who I've had. She's one of my first goats. They're all really good moms. They're very resilient. They don't require a lot by way of like, you know, care or medication. We've narrowed it down to like the fittest, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
So they'll be a good brush herd, and I don't know
And
if I
as they have babies, we can, sell the weaned babies and kind of cover their feed costs or whatever we have to do for keeping them.
Nice.
Really, at this point, we've had them for so long, and they kind of got us into like actually homesteading with animals. Like, it's like they deserve to retire.
Yeah. You've taken in the gallons and gallons of milk.
Yeah, right now off my 1 cow
We get about 2
with
gallons.
calf sharing, I get 2.5 gallons.
And that calf's on her all the time? No, you separate them at night.
Yeah.
And then you feed the chickens?
Yeah, we feed the chicken. So that at that point, because Maya goes down and gets the feed and then brings it back up, he then I take the milk in, and then he takes the feed around to the rest of the farm. And I'll usually meet him back outside after I'm done straining the milk.
And then where do you go?
Well, it's winter right now.
Yeah, I know you're done, huh?
I don't have a whole lot. That's pretty well it. But right now, our big plans are we have 2 high tunnel greenhouses up here that we're about to start building. And we're about to start building another glass greenhouse, a window greenhouse like we did at our last farm. And so my schedule in another 6 weeks is going to be filled with a lot of that stuff.
Which 6 weeks will be mid-February. You're going to get cranking.
That's when I start seeds. Our last frost here is around April 1st, very similar to what it was in Arkansas. And about that time of year, my schedule fills up fast with the garden. Usually after milking, I'm in the garden until it gets too hot. Yeah.
This is cool.
Yeah, this was Maya's innovation for our children.
Yeah.
Yeah, he came up with this. We had 1 between the trees, and of course 1 hammock.
Yeah.
The 3 little boys were always, we'd come out, all 3 of them would be in 1
This
hammock.
is cool,
so Maya
'cause
built this, which is pretty neat.
This is what Joel Salatin would call creating a comma in your life.
Oh yeah, it is good. It's nice.
A little hangout on your farm. What would you be planting in mid-February?
In mid-February, I'll be starting all the seeds for that year's garden. So the tomatoes, the peppers, eggplants, anything that's not going to be direct sown. Now, a little bit later, I'll plant squash and cucumbers just a few weeks before I'm going to plant them out. I'll start those. But most of the actual bulk of the garden gets started by seed in the middle of February.
Nice.
Yeah. Another thing we're going to be doing this year is putting in like berry bushes and an asparagus patch and all of that perennial stuff that, you know, you plant once and then you eat on for a really long time. But you got to get it planted soon. We just didn't want to do it ahead of time, ahead of this, because we weren't really sure what we were doing.
So it's winter. Do you like this forest rest?
Ugh.
Or are you over it?
I I accept it. I don't celebrate it, but I accept it. What are you gonna do? It's forced rest. You're forced, but
Yeah.
I recognize the necessity.
Yeah.
But it is definitely a harder thing for me. I am more comfortable
You get
doing.
antsy?
Yes, I am.
So you're ready to go.
Yes, I am ready to
You've
go.
had enough rest.
I'm ready to go.
And
Right
yeah,
now,
you are coming from another farm to this one, so that's another interim.
Yeah, well, I left
Not
my
growing.
garden last year in July. So this is the
Yeah.
longest period of not having a garden that I've had like in the last 15 years of my life. So it's definitely a forced rest thing.
Is this the main milk cow?
No, this is Helen. This is my new girl. She's
Okay.
pregnant.
This up and comer.
She's the one who will be calving in a few weeks. And then Hope is out
Nice.
here. So she's my girl that I'm
Okay.
milking daily right now. And then right here is her calf, Honey.
Nice. Sweet. You gonna milk Honey too? Or you gonna?
I haven't decided yet.
Okay.
We might kind of go more beef with her. I'm thinking about getting, actually, I got a lead on a Devon, and I'm
Okay,
getting a
good.
Devon bull calf, yeah.
Nice.
So I know I messaged Rebecca, and she
Nice.
said y'all would really liked
Yeah.
that, so
Are these your pet goats,
yeah.
or are these your pet goats?
That's all of them, which we'll let those back out. They're locked up. We have to put the girly goats in this barn because the boy goats can't eat their grain or else they'll get
Okay.
uric acid crystals.
Okay.
So yeah, this barn's actually about to come down now that we got the new one. This was just an
Okay.
existing structure
Ah.
when we moved here, and so we just like gave it a real quick facelift to make it usable, but this is all gonna come
Nice.
down. And I'll probably scrape everything here and use it in the garden.
Yep.
Probably a nice thick layer, good
Nice.
soil there. So it's hard to convey this on video, but I can tell you while you're sitting here, and everybody else can keep scratching their head because I've explained it so many times.
We'll try again.
Yeah, but when you come in our driveway down here, we have some hogs right up there at the front.
Yeah.
They're about to start moving around, and this whole side of the driveway, going all the way around, is going to be growing efforts. So I've been calling it my garden belt, but we're putting 2 high tunnels up there at the front. The pigs are actually, that one pig pen is a footprint of one of the high tunnels.
Wow.
And then berry bushes, maybe some like dwarf trees, some different things, scuppernaughs and muscadines. I don't know if those are a pretty big deal around here. They're kind of like grape varieties. And in-ground gardens, onions, garlic, all of that, potatoes, sweet potatoes. And then down here I'm going to do kind of some raised bed, potager type area, similar to the garden I had at my old farm.
Will this homestead level, or is this going to be market?
It's YouTube homesteader level.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, obviously it's growing way more than we can personally use. So one of the things that's really important to me, we already have one full-time employee, Jeremiah's brother. We're actually bringing on another employee that's going to work on the farm for some months, and then actually to head up our coffee roasting. He has a history with that. And one of the things that I really want is for the people who work here on our farm to be able to eat the food from our farm. So I'm kind of like
that's
accounting
cool.
for them. And I'm also going to do some cut flowers here, because my hope is eventually when we have like our coffee shop and stuff like that, we can have like our flowers in there for sale. So
What do you think, Sweet Maya? Are you involved in the garden, or are you more the animal guy?
As far as responsibilities,
Or building guy? Yeah.
I'm the building animal guy, but I
Okay.
mean, I also help build, I'll be the muscle. There's
Yeah.
no reason for both of us to have all the knowledge. It's just, you know what I'm saying?
Just tell me what to do.
It'd be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Jessica might sit down and work with me on like a construction project or something, but like, it's not like she's going to go out and like learn how to frame a house, you know what I'm saying? Or learn how to do finished carpentry.
Yeah, it's not
Would be the
efficient
point.
that way.
You know what I'm saying? I'm already really good at that. Like, and
Yeah.
she's already really good at gardening, obviously. Like, so I'll help, and I've picked up knowledge,
Yeah.
Like, I know how to plant stuff. I know how to harvest certain things.
Yeah.
Like, but I mean, I'm also like, I excel at like applying vision, if
Yeah.
that makes sense.
All right.
She'll be like, hey, I want it to look like this, and for the most part, I'm pretty good at picking that up and making it a reality.
Okay. So you understand this vision
Like,
here along
for
this
example,
road?
like I designed the barn without
Okay.
really.
Oh, the red barn.
I understood what she
That's a
wanted,
new
but like
barn.
I made the call on a bunch of different decisions,
Okay,
and like
alright.
when it got built, she's like, "Oh, this is perfect."
Is it perfect?
oh, I love it.
Oh,
I love it so
good.
much.
Cool.
It's beautiful.
I like this. I like this mobile kennel here. You just put a kennel on skids. That's a hack right there, man.
Are your dogs names?
Yeah, my dogs are super nice.
This could be a meat chicken. This could be meat chickens. This could be your turkey troublemakers, your T-birds. Here we are in the brand new barn. You built this yourself, Jeremiah?
Oh yeah, 4 days.
Put in every screw you see.
I guess not, huh?
No.
You found the plans.
Now, honestly, with as fast and as high quality as they did of a job,
I know, right?
I'm
That's
glad I
the
didn't
thing.
do it myself.
If you did this yourself, it would have took 4 months.
4 months? I couldn't have built this in 4 months.
Oh look, they left their bit.
I saw that. I actually need to ask them because that's supposed to be a bolt. Look, see on that side?
Oh, you think they jerry-rigged a bolt?
They ran out of room.
They ran out of bolts, buddy.
Okay, so I did this because that gives us 4 enclosed stalls, so inside, no exterior exposure.
Okay.
Cold, whatever, you know, just different, you know, brooding chicks, keeping them safe from rodents and different things.
Okay.
The 2 stalls at the very end, the one on the very end to the right is going to be our feed room. So we're going to build a pad, pour it, frame, make it as rodent tight as we can.
Yeah.
And then have some vertical storage on top. So I'll put, you know,
Okay.
2x8s on top for the roof to be able to put some stuff up there. And then we're going to do a milking room on the left.
Nice.
Concrete pad, frame it up, put it a tankless water heater, deep sink that'll just drain off, you know, gray water into that ditch, and it'll just disseminate into the grass, which won't hurt anything.
Yeah.
Shelving for bottles, you know, like mason jars for milking, all of our milking supplies, all that stuff. And then that will go with the outside stall, which will be where our stanchion is.
Yeah.
Rather than milking in the field, I'm going to have a corridor set up against that back fence that if they're out rotationally grazing, I can just come down there, open it up, run them down the corridor to the milking stall, and then put them back in the right paddock for that next day kind of situation. And that way we can keep all of our milking stuff here. We'll have a fridge in here that we can literally go from the milking pail, filter, into the freezer, into the fridge.
Yeah.
And then these will be 4 stalls that will have the inside component and the outside component, which also has benefit. Like if you have a sit go that has long-term stay, you know, being able to get outside and get into the sun, just have more space. So that's why I did the 2 different types of stalls. So like this stall, this set of stalls having the outside access, and then this one being closed off.
Nice. Guys, thanks for the tour. Is that pretty much it?
Yeah.
We've gone from coffee to bedtime. What are you gonna watch tonight when she goes to bed?
What day is it? Today's Tuesday. I don't know.
You might just sit there. It might just be one of those sit there and
days where I
stare.
just sit in the peace and quiet.
What time are you going to bed tonight?
I've been aiming to get in bed by 10. It's
Yay.
a new leaf.
Okay. It's your New Year's resolution. Okay. Good luck with that. All right. Where can we send folks?
Rootsandrefuge.com. That kind of funnels it all out. So.
Okay. So that goes to all your stuff.
That'll
Your
have the
YouTube,
blog,
your
the
Instagram,
podcast, all of
Yeah.
your TV show, all that.
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
Everything
The coffee roasting coming up.
A lot
all
of exciting
this.
things coming up.
All
We're
this
really
stuff.
excited.
The accessibility to this farm, right? Have you talked about that yet? Like you're gonna have a learning center right there.
No, the learning
This is kind of like
that's
the
just a hangout.
precursor of it. Yeah, we
Okay.
want to be able to do some classes out here and stuff, and we're kind of setting up with the plans of being able to do the first stages of our learning center.
Cool.
Eventually, we want to have something bigger somewhere else, but we're setting up for that too.
So for folks to follow all that, rootsandrefuge.com.
Yes.